Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
MJ.
Here she is. Here she is. Hey, joining us, the world's fastest woman. Here she is, all the way from Tokyo. She got the bronze medal in Paris. She said she wasn't satisfied. She says, I want to reach my maximum potential. And she did. At the World Track and Field Championships in Tokyo just a few days ago, she ran 10:61, which is the fourth fastest time ever run by a woman. We got Flojo, who ran 10:49 at the USA's in Indy. And in 2021, I don't know what was in the water because you got Elaine Thompson-Herah run 10:54 in Eugene, and then you had Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, the pocket rocket, run 10:60 in Lausanne. And here she is. We had a conversation, MJ. I say, I think if you, with these ladies in, with the right wind, I say, I believe you can go sub 10.6. You had a negative headwind. I believe if you get a plus, you get a +1. You get a +1.5. You go in sub 10.6. Do you believe that? Congratulations. Right. Tell us how you, before we get into that, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank y'all. I told you I was coming back.
You told you, I said, when you win that gold medal, I said, when you win the gold medal, make sure you come back and tell us about it.
Oh, yeah.
And your Wi-Fi is perfect.
Listen, Tokyo, it's so efficient over here. Everything is great. The Wi-Fi is good. I know it's good because I brought my game and I could play Call of Duty.
So you going into, so obviously, is your coach over there with you? So tell me your strategies. So obviously, it's survive and advance. You're trying to be as efficient as possible. I'm not trying to expend any more than I have to advance and get through the rounds. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And once I get to the finals, I'm going to drop the hammer. What is that kind of your strategy? Survive in advance, doing as little as possible?
Yep. That's the name of the game when it comes to these championships and the rounds, is to just conserve as much energy as possible. And then when you get to that last round, it's just about who can put together the perfect race at the perfect time. And I just kind of look at it as I'm going to just lay it all out. Because, I mean, I've been working for this very moment, so there's no need to be trying to hold anything back. Just let it rip.
Do you believe if you get a positive tailwind, you could have gone sub 10.6?
Absolutely. I thought I was going to run 10.5, if I'm being honest. I knew it.
Really? Hold on. 10.58, 10.55, or lower than that?
If I'm being completely honest, I thought that I had a chance to run anywhere between 10.52 and 10.55 with the right tailwind.
Well, now you're talking about the right tailwind. You're probably going to need probably about a 1.5. And a 1.5 will probably got you what you wanted, probably a 10.55, maybe a little lower. But I felt that with the women in this race, you look at Julian Alfred, the St. Lucian, you look at Tia Clayton. So you had the women. Tolu is always dangerous from the Ivory Coast. She's dangerous. Dina Asher-Smith, she's dangerous. Your training partner, Sha'Carri, she's run 10.65. There's not a whole lot of women that's run sub 10.7. She's one. So you had the women in the race. You had the track. You just needed a little bit more favorable conditions, and I believe you go sub 10.6.
Yep, for sure. And I said that too. And then even looking back at the race, like, obviously it was one of the best races of my life. It was the fastest I've ever ran. But I look at the race and I still see areas where I could have improved on. Like, I probably could have been a tad bit more explosive coming out the blocks, or, just running through. Well, I ran through my transition very well. I feel like the weakest part of my race the other night was probably the start.
Yes, I would agree.
And that's just because I like to be able to create the separation. Like, my coach drills into my head, like, when we get in certain races, obviously the game plan changes, but for races like these in this moments, the biggest advantage that I can have for myself is to put it away in the first 30 meters. So I feel like going back at it, like, if I could do it all over again, I would probably be that much more aggressive at the start. And then you take you take my start, make it a little bit more aggressive with how the rest of the race went for me, then I probably would. I probably wouldn't have needed a win. I probably wouldn't have needed a tailwind to run 10-5.
Matter of fact,
I don't know. Boy, that finish. Hey, Tia Clayton pulled up. She like, where you? MJ said, where you going? Let me get up out of here. Where you going? You ain't finna get that's me.
Hey MJ, when it comes to racing and always having a game plan when you're going against women that are great as those that you went against today, or what time? It's 1:30. It's 1:38 out there, huh?
It's like 2:30. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon here on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Yeah.
You always have a game plan going into a race like that. What part of the race is your strength, would you say?
I would like to say my strength in my race is my start.
Yes.
But sometimes I have a tendency, like I think I've been so focused on trying to make the other part of my races better. It's almost kind of like I find comfort in knowing, not being complacent or prideful or anything like that, but like my start is kind of like the part of the race where I don't necessarily have to worry about it. With my start, it has more so to do with how aggressive I am attacking the front side angle and things like that. But I really try my hardest to focus on the other parts of the race. So like the transition, the acceleration, the keeping up with my frequency. Like I've always had the frequency, but in the past, I just wasn't strong enough to be able to meet or let it get the best of me, if that makes sense. So like my legs could be moving this fast, but then if my arms ain't doing that, like if I can't keep up with the amount of turnover and frequency that I have, then that's when things start to go wrong in the race. So I feel like this year, just in that race alone, like I feel like my acceleration and my transition was probably like the best I've ever had. Dope. Yeah.
When you look at a race in training, I'm sure your coach is drilling your head. There's two ways to increase speed: stride length and stride frequency. How far are you out, and how quickly do you pick them up and put them down? You look at Usain Bolt; he's the perfect sprinter. You talk about a guy that had a stride length and he had the stride frequency, and it's taking him probably 40 steps to run 100 meters. Yep. So when you said, I'm a starter, but for some reason, was it in the back of your mind? Did you see that Tobago had false started? Is that in the back of your mind? Like, look, I am not going to blow this. I still believe even with these women in this race, you got Toulouse and you got Alfred and you got Clayton and you got Sharika Jackson and you got Sha'Carri. They're in this race, but in the condition that I'm in right now, they can't beat me. The only person that can beat Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is if I false start. If I don't false start, they can't see me. They can't get number tailpipes today.
And it's true, because I think it's crazy because I did the same thing at US trials. Like, I feel like this year, my best start was probably when I ran at Prefontaine in Eugene. So like maybe about a couple weeks out before US trials. But even like going through the rounds at US trials, I was very like, I played it safe with all of my starts through the rounds. But it was just, I think like, I agree with you. I think that I know what I have in the tank, and I don't want to put myself in a predicament to mess that up. So I'd rather play it safe than to, have that one time where I think like, oh no, this is the one, and then it's a little bit too much. So yeah.
Is it a situation, MJ, that maybe you get a Diamond League meet where you don't have to run the rounds? It's one time, it's one crack. I go over there a couple of days earlier. I get acclimated. I don't have to get off a plane, and I'm running in 3 hours, something like that. Where I go over there and I get acclimated for a couple of days, and I only got one race. Is it a situation like that where you feel you can put something together? Because we're asking you to do an awful lot. And I understand it's, to put rounds together and then run fast at the end. Because even though you're trying to be as efficient as possible, you're still moving at a pretty good rate. You're still burning gas, so to speak. And so do you think a 10-5, it was possible, but what do you think about if you just get that one race? So you know what? This is it.
Yeah, I think without a doubt it would have happened, because then it would have just been like one and done. Like, this is it. You only get
empty
one
the
chance.
tank.
Yep, empty the tank. That's literally it.
when you think about it, no American woman, and we've had some fast, only one American woman has ever won faster than your 1061. Carmeletta, good friend. Hey, she run 1064. We got Sha'Carri at 1065. We got Marion Jones at 1065. We got some. So you're in a very elite company. I believe in the next year, maybe two, you're gonna join Elaine and Flojo, that 10-4, 10-5 group. Have you thought about it when you wrote your goals down coming into this year? Was 10-5 on that paper?
So 10-5 this year, writing down my goals, 10-5 wasn't on the paper. 10-6 definitely was though.
Okay.
I wrote down 10-68. And then when I ran 10-65 at trials, it was kind of just like, oh, well, excuse you. You don't know what you're talking about, actually. To my own self. So but then it's just like a testament to the work that I put in and me knowing that I'm a very firm believer in my faith. And I know that the journey that I'm on, the journey that I'm walking, like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And so I can't put a limit on what I think that I can accomplish. If I say that I believe in him wholeheartedly to the fullest extent and that he's literally guiding my steps, then there's no possible way that I could put a limit on what I do. So, and the same thing goes for the 200. Like I had written down 21.9. That was my end goal for the 200 for me this year. And I ran 21.99 in rain and 68 degree weather. So I'm like, okay, Melissa, like, what are you actually talking about? Like, what do you actually think you know?
Right. So those are not favorable conditions, cold and rain. The last thing a sprinter wants to see. Now, a distance runner, he okay with the cool.
Yeah, he's like, let's have a day.
he wants it. They want it to be cool. But as a sprinter, the way you're bound tight, you want it nice and, 75. I do 75.
Yeah.
Give me a nice little tailwind. But you don't want windy. You don't want rain. You slipping and all that other stuff. So now, and I'm looking at this race, and I'm looking at the women that's in this race, yourself and Julia Lafford has run 1070. Sharika Jackson run 1065. Shelly Anderson run 1060. Toulouse had run 1070, I think 1075. She's run a monster time. So you got everything that you could possibly hope for. You're like, you know what? You looking around, you're like, yeah. You're like, oh, this is all barbecue chicken, oxtail. Yeah, I mean, were you feeling good? So how did you feel coming into the championship? Because you were the favorite. You had run all the times, and I was like, well, damn, what I knew, Melissa? When you put back-to-back 10-6s, I said, there ain't been a whole lot of women that can back up 10-6 with another 10-6. When you back that up, I said, if she don't false start, ain't nobody beating her. Mm-hmm. Is that when you knew you was ready to run fast? Really fast?
I think I knew after I ran Philly's Grand Slam that this was going to be like that. I feel like that's when it started before then, but it was really like, okay, no, I feel like it was, I put the stamp on it like, no, this is your year to become a world champion. It was after that meet. And then going into Prefontaine, it was the rematch of the Olympic podium. Very much so. It almost looked pretty identical to the finals that we had last year in Paris. Yep. So it was kind of like, all right, they beat you that time. Don't let them beat you again. And going into the race a couple of days ago, I remember we were in the call room and then they were about to walk us out for the final. And I sat there and I just told myself, and I was like, Melissa, tonight is your night, but it's not going to be given to you. You're going to have to take it. Like, don't just think that it's just going to come to you. And then I looked around and all the women that I was getting ready to race against, they had all beaten me before. And I said, well, they won't get me twice. And that was the last thing I told myself before I got to the line. That was the last thing I said before I got to the line. And then after the gun went off, it was just like, well, here we go.
But I can honestly say, and I follow track and field, and everybody knows I'm a big track and field fan. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody finish as strong as you did. I mean, because when Teal Clayton challenged you, it's almost like racehorses. Because a lot of times, talking to Bob Baffert and some famous trainers, Ocho, they say they'll tell their jockey, let the horse pull up next to him. That horse knows he's in a competition against this other horse. He just needs to somebody pulls up to his bumper. And he knows he's there. Now he gets another gear. Melissa, when Teal Clayton pulled up, I was like, okay. Oh, I said, oh, ooh. And then you like, where are you? Where are you going? I ain't even hit this turbo. I ain't dropped this nitrous on you yet. Ooh. I said, well, damn. Did you know? Have you rewatched the race? Did you see that you got another gear? Did you see that for your own self?
I did. So crazy enough, I did see it. When I heard the gun go off, I remember me getting out and I was just like, okay, you got to clear the pack. You got to clear the pack. And then I got to the middle of the race and then it kind of went blank for a second. And then the closer we got to the line, I was just like, don't do that thing you do where you like roll your shoulders, get all crazy. Like just run through the line. Yeah. And then after I ran through the line, it was kind of like, oh, I think I won, but I need to see with my own eyes that I actually won. So I didn't really feel myself hit that other gill. It was just about really like just trying to stay clear of everybody else.
Are you nervous before races? I think about football games and right before kickoff, the music is playing, and before they kick the ball off, I got butterflies in my stomach. My stomach is tight. I'm nervous until I actually have contact or I touch a ball. Like it's almost, I don't want to use the word scared, but nervous. Yeah. As before a race like that, before you go in the blocks, are your nerves okay? Or how do you calm yourself down?
The biggest thing I do is just listen to music. And I kind of get a sense of that too, like leading up. So I was here about maybe a week before we started actually competing because we had relay camp and everything. So I think that was probably the longest week of my life because it was just like, okay, Melissa, you know you're ready to run. There's no need to be anxious. Like, just let the days go by. And then the time difference here was crazy. So the first couple of days, it was like no matter how late I tried to go to sleep, I was still waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. And then it was like I finally got to the point to where I was waking up at 6. So I'm like, okay, that's a little bit of progress. But then it was just still like trying to get to the line. So I think if anything, like I don't be really, really nervous. I just have like a lot of, I be anxious in a sense, but I'm also like you too. Like the minute I get to the warm up area and I start warming up, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like I'm ready now. Yeah.
You're in your element.
Yes, exactly. In my element. We're safe.
I'm looking at this relay. Now, I don't know who's going to be on the relay. I'm sure you and Sha'Carri because you guys made the finals. You're the fastest woman in the world. I don't know if we've seen a situation where the fastest woman in the world run lead off because you're such an outstanding starter. And so I don't know what you want to share because the relays are going to probably come after the 200. So you'll probably have some other women that's going to, qualify. Have you guys decided on a race order?
Yeah. So I would say it's pretty much set in stone. I think what's going to end up happening is that, this is just as of today, obviously. I know that I will be leading it off, and then my basically I'll be on it'll be my training partners on the
TT.
Yep. So me to TT to Kayla White to Sha'Carri is last I've heard of. Last I've heard of anything. Nothing's final yet.
We about to get the goal.
This is like unofficial, okay? So if something changes, just say okay, that's what I'm saying. Disclaimer. So
think about that, Ocho. We got the fastest woman in the world running lead off. Hey, the stagger already caught. I don't know who y'all got. I don't know who. Hey, we probably gonna get lane 5, but 6, 7, and 8.
I'm coming.
9. Y'all need steady chairs. Y'all buy what you
coming to get that.
I'm switching them that order because you're not finna make me look bad and have this stagger walk down on me. Because what's ahead is caught, what's behind stays behind. That's what coach used to tell her. Son, what is ahead is caught, what's behind stays behind. Because you already know she gonna eat up that stagger. Because ain't nobody else got their best runners on the first leg. Most people put their horses, they put them at the second or they put them at the third. Occasionally they'll sprinkle the ankle leg, but you could be so far behind it doesn't matter unless you Usain. But ain't nobody got no Usain. We got Usain, and she running first leg for the Americas. Hey, you need to hit him. Hey, hit him with that peace out. Just get the baton around the track. That's all you got to do. We got the fastest 4 women. Let me take that back. We got the fastest 6 women. You take anybody's 6 women that's currently going to be in this relay. We got the fastest 6. Get the sticks around the track. That's all we got to do.
Yep.
That's all we got to do. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got it. Because we got it to a great start. We won the gold in the women's discus. We won the Krauser won the shot. His first meet.
All year.
All year. 3-time Olympic gold, 3-time world champion. He only the second man to win 3 consecutive world championships. Oh, we've been doing, what the hell? We done a while ago or something, didn't we? Oh, we're gonna win the gold. We're gonna get this gold in the 100-meter hurdles too. Cordell Tinch, I'm going on the record. Cordell Tinch gonna get the gold.
Ooh.
I'm going with Cordell.
Already?
I'm going with Cordell. Yeah.
You going with Cordell?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure. He's been running great. He's the only one that's gone under 13. I mean, a lot of guys, 13 flat, 1301, 1305, 1310. Hey, he can cover some ground. So I'm going with Cordell. Going with Cordell. You know what I'm saying? Cordell. But I mean, so when you win the gold and you go back to your room, could you rest? Or were you just so excited, like you just looking at that goal, like, damn.
So what's crazy is after we do media and then the other things, we got back to the hotel room and then I actually had a chance to like meet up with my family and everything. So my parents and I have aunts, uncles, and cousins out here too. So I had a pretty good crowd of people to come all the way over here to support me.
Wow,
so I
that's
spent
awesome.
some time with them. And that was good. And then by the time I think I got to bed maybe around 3 a.m. But I was actually proud of myself. I slept for 6 hours and I feel like that's a win.
Really?
Yeah, because last year after Paris, I slept for all of like 3 and then woke up the next morning, was on my phone just checking everything.
So who's DM'd you and said congratulations? Is there any like celebs or other athletes or entertainers that's congratulated you?
Okay, so I have one. I have to make sure I say his last name right. But his name is Daniel. I believe it's Daniel.
Okuya.
Daniel LaBelle. Daniel LaBelle. So he
who is he?
He's really big on social media. He posts like different videos and it'd be like little funny stuff. It'd be like I believe one time he raced against Speed.
Okay.
But yeah, I just like his videos. It's like he has like 8.1 million followers. And I saw he messaged me. He was like, "Congratulations." And I was like, huh? Like, oh my God. Thank you.
We got to get your followers up too. We got to get you up into the 3 and 4 million.
Yeah,
hey,
we
Chad,
there.
y'all do us a favor. Go follow. Give him your tag. Give him your handle. How can they find you on Twitter?
Okay. So on Twitter, my name is at Melissa Melissa Janae Janae 21.
Okay.
And then on Instagram,
IG.
On IG, it's at __ Melissa J 19.
Wow. Were you always fast, Melissa? I mean, growing up in South Carolina, could you? I mean, I don't know if you have siblings, but were you the fastest girl in the neighborhood? Were you the fastest? Could you outrun the boys?
Some of them I could. It was definitely like that. But I was like always fast on like the level that I was. So I went to a smaller school. My high school, I'm from the country, so my high school was like, we went back and forth between 1A and 2A. And in South Carolina, that's like real small. My graduating class was probably like, my husband will laugh at me, but it's probably like 80 kids.
Well, I graduated with 60.
Okay. So yeah. So about 80 kids in my graduating class. And then Coastal Carolina, obviously is a smaller D1 school.
The Chanticleers.
Yep. Chance up. And then, so that was like a smaller D1 school too. So it's pretty much like I've lived the underdog life of just, being fast at the level that I am and being in that area. And then it wasn't until like 2022 where everything Like one
Clicked.
meet just literally changed everything.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because you said I was fast for where I was. It wasn't like when you go look at Shakira, she's at Texas at a where they got 3,000 kids, and she runs what she runs, and she goes to, in her freshman year, she wins the NCAAs. Or you see Gabby Thomas, how she bursts on the scene. Or you see Sydney McLaughlin. That wasn't the case for you. When did you realize you could be a pro? Or was that always your goal, to be a professional track and field runner?
I didn't think that I could crazy enough. I knew that one day I would go to the Olympics. I didn't know when, but I just knew that I could because of a coach that I had in high school. My freshman year of high school was I think that was my second year doing high school track. And then when I got to college and I had the coach there, that's when I was like, I think this is what I want to do for a living. And I got to college the fall of 2019. So that's when it really just was like, okay, I know this is what I want to do. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna just trust the people around me to help me get me to where I'm supposed to be. So, and that's kind of how I went about it.
Yeah, but I'm looking, when you choose to do something and it's just you, because track and field is is you versus you. It's you and your thoughts. It's you and your training. It's you and your nutrition. So everything is dependent on you. And ain't a whole lot of money in track and field. I mean, you can count it probably on like one hand, maybe a Usain that made a bunch of money, or Simone Biles, or Michael Phelps, Michael Johnson, Carl Lewis. It's not, flush with money,
right?
Especially for the women. And so why, I mean, obviously you go to college, you're like, I'm gonna get a degree, but why track and field? You just had something deep down inside of you say, you know what? I can make a living doing this.
Yeah. And then I say it all the time. Like, I just like, this is what I'm here to do. Like, I'm here to run. I'm here.
Yes.
This is my gift that I'm supposed to be sharing with the world. And so the minute I got an understanding of that and realized, like, obviously the higher I go in the sport, the more sacrifice I'm going to have to make, the more I'm going to have to be disciplined. And like you say, like, obviously there's nowhere near as much money in our sport than there is in like football or basketball, but it's also just the resources that you do have, the money that you do have, being smart with that, and investing in yourself in order to make sure that you're becoming the best athlete that you could possibly be. Like, I feel like it was so easy for me because I grew up always not having the resources that everybody else had. Never needed for anything. I've always had what I needed, but when it came to like, sports or the schools that I went to and things like that, we never had the same resources as the bigger schools. So it was just like, okay, Melissa, control the things that are in your control, and then the things that are out of your control, leave that to whoever it's supposed to be to, and everything else will work itself out.
Melissa, I'm looking at you. You're a thin young lady. So obviously you had to get stronger. You had to get, and I know women don't want to hear this, but you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You had to get bigger. You had to get stronger. You were not strong enough to carry that. You needed to be able to propel yourself down the track. So women don't beat me up. Shannon Sharpe called a woman big, say she need to get bigger. But you don't understand what I'm talking about. But you needed to grow. You needed to fill that frame out. And you're still a thin young lady, but you're probably what, 15 pounds heavier than what you were probably in high school, college?
If that. So what's crazy is I think weight wise, well, and that was because I got leaner. Injured. So yeah, I'm around the same weight I was, but I'm definitely
You're more muscly.
Have more of the muscle mass that I'm supposed to have. But I've definitely leaned out this year because I started working with the chef and everything, and just like really paying attention to what I need to put in my body.
Wow, Ocho, she started working with a chef, and now she's the world chef.
Wait a minute. She said she's working with a chef. She didn't say what she was eating.
She ain't eating bull jive. You don't look like that eating bull jive.
McDonald's.
You like McDonald's too?
Yeah. I love McDonald's. But sorry, Ocho. I will say I have not been eating fast food. The last time I had fast food was before my wedding in February. And I said I wouldn't have any fast food until after I do all the things I
Okay,
want to do
see,
this
that's
year.
okay. That's
Who
okay.
that
No,
is?
no,
Who
no,
that
no,
is,
no,
Ocho?
no, don't
February,
try to
from
change
March,
it. Don't try.
April, May,
No,
June,
don't try to
July,
change it.
August,
You heard what
September.
she said, right? Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? She
Yes,
hasn't had it since February. That's okay because she was
yes.
preparing for tonight or yesterday, for that matter. It's okay.
No, she ain't gonna have no fast food until she get back
She
to the
eats it
States.
though.
But
She
guess
eats
what?
it.
She said, you know what? You see, she said, you know what, Ocho? You know what? Let me cut this fast food out and let me
No,
see
no, no, no,
just
no,
how
no, no,
great I
no.
can be.
That ain't got nothing to do with it because listen, she was fast while she was eating it. So
She faster now that she's not
no,
eating it.
no, you mad because you
I
mad.
bet she just told you she hasn't had fast food since her
Hold on,
wedding.
she said February. She been fast all her life. So what you saying?
She wasn't this fast.
What?
She wasn't
She was
this
this fast
fast.
last year and the year before that. The year before that,
No,
yes,
she
was.
wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she
She
wasn't.
ran 10-6 back to back eating McDonald's. So what you saying?
No, did she just tell you she hadn't had McDonald's since
She lying.
February? She ran those
She
times in
lying.
June,
She
in
She had
July.
chicken McNuggets. I saw it.
But so now you shift your focus to the 200. There has not been a whole lot of women to win the world championship in the 100 and the 2. Has that crossed your mind? You start putting yourself in very, very elite company.
Oh yeah. No, the goal this year is I won't say was because it ain't done yet. The goal this year is to win everything. Like
Woo,
I
sweepstakes.
set out that goal at the beginning of the year when I talked with my coaches, and I said, well, obviously at first like for the 200, because I'm a very realistic person too, and I've fought back and forth with me running the 200 for a long time, but now I'm starting to embrace it. So I'm like, okay, if you stop playing around, then you can actually win the whole thing. So it went from that to just telling my coaches, like, I want to be able to take the 200 more serious, to know I'm not only going to be like a contender, like I want to be at the forefront, like I want to be able to say, like, I came away with a gold medal in the 200. And I know that the only other woman to do so at a world championships is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Shelly-Ann, who happens to be the greatest. She's the greatest sprinter. She is back-to-back 8 and 12. She won the gold medal. And then and then she got 5 world championships in the 100, and she won the 200. So you're absolutely right. That's why many label her the greatest woman sprinter in the history of the sport. And it's hard. Look, it's hard to deny it. I know Elaine has won back-to-back 100s and 200s. Bless her heart. But when you look at the totality and the longevity, she won a world championship in the 100 at 35.
I was in that race, by the way, and dead last. I remember there.
Man, Melissa, we're happy. Nightcap, the family is very happy, very pleased. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come on and talk to us. But yeah, this is not the end. So what's next? After the World Championships is over, your season's over, now you go eat some McDonald's, or you go get some oxtails, or you go get some shrimp etouffee. Oh, you from Low Country. You down Georgetown near Charleston. So you going to eat some
rice, neck bones.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't wait.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, she down there them Geechies. She down there in Georgetown. She way down. See, hey, Ocho, she'll tell you they got up when they brought us, they got off the boat down there close to where she at. Man, congratulations. I know everybody in South Carolina is very proud of you. We're proud. We're extremely proud of what you've been able to do, but don't be satisfied. Be greedy.
Oh, yeah.
Be greedy. This is what I tell people. They say, well, man, they say, Shannon, if you cheat on the test, man, you don't want to get them all right. I say, if I'm going to cheat, I'm getting 100. You there now. Don't be satisfied. Well, I got 1 gold. I'm happy if I win the silver, the bronze. No. Double gold. Do something that very few, and we don't know how. So think about it. In the history of the World Championships started in 1983. I don't know if you know this. In 1983 in Helsinki, I know. Only Shelly-Ann has been able to back it up with the 100 and the 2. So you get an opportunity to do something that hadn't been in 40 years of World Championships. Whoo. It'd be special. Congratulations.
Thank
Melissa,
you.
congratulations. We're going to be pulling for you. We're going to be watching. Hey, when you get that 200 goal,
Come on back.
Come on back.
Okay. I'm coming back.
Come on back. All right, we'll see you.
I'm coming back.
Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, the the World Championship 100-meter gold medalist with the fourth fastest time ever run. Show us the medal.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You should have had the medal on the whole. Oh,
I'm
you got
sorry.
it in the box. There you go. Look at that.
Woo!
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, there we go. We can see it. Back it up from the camera so it focus. Back it up a little bit, Melissa.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me just turn.
Right there. There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep. Got it last night.
Round of applause. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. Congratulations. Stay healthy. Hey, get all of them. 100, 200, 4x1.
Mm-hmm.
They might need a leg. They might need a leg on the 4x4, but I told them to hold off.
Please hold off. If they want to win, they don't put me in there. Not this year. I need some time.
Well, congratulations. Go enjoy the rest of the evening with your family and your husband. Tell everybody at Nightcap we said hello, and we look forward to talking to you very, very soon.
Thank you.